It must be getting late in the day. We're getting that shadow. Hey, this is the third video from that October haul from Player's Choice, where I got 9 times 12 comic books. And I hope the shadows aren't too strong or the sun's not, killing it too much here. All right, so we got Cyberforce. Let me do this. Maybe I'll go to the left when I put them down so they won't be too much sun on them. Cyberforce. Now, I actually had a bunch of these back in the 90s whenever they started dropping them in the dollar bin. I may have had a few of them before they dropped them in the dollar bin, but Image was everywhere. Image was a huge thing back then. Yeah, I remember that art looking very cool. We had Cyberforce and codename Strike Force, which is all about force. And we have a team up number 1. And then we got the Department of Public Instruction. Oh no, that's DP7. This is another one of those new universe things. I figure I'd try one of them out and see what it's like. This one, I don't know. For the other cover on the other issue, that cover looked like it was really pushing some limits there. But the cover to this one, if nothing else, looks really cool. I love robots, and this robot looks pretty BA. Awesome looking. He reminds me of a different comic altogether, like Dark Ops or something by, again, Image. So I don't know if there's just a crossover, and it says Dark Minds Volume 2, but it reminds me of Black Ops, the art from it. And again, I have no clue. They didn't seem to change their image over the years. Now, Doom Patrol, I've been an off and on fan of Doom Patrol. I don't like how weird it can be sometimes and out there trying to be, I don't know what they're trying to go for sometimes. But I figured this one's not bad. This one looks interesting. I like the way they drew the robot there. It's got some pretty good looking art. Now, Dreadstar, I used to read this when I was a kid, and look, it's got it's got Scarlet in it. Man, that's a shadow. I was wondering what that was. It's a shadow from the tripod. So we got Scarlet, and she's got a monkey on her shoulder, which is probably what, Shipwreck from G.I. Joe. It's just, I always thought she looked just like Scarlet, and I was like, why are they putting Scarlet in space? Anyway, so we got Dreadstar. I vaguely remember him. I think he's like the Oracle kind of guy, and he's kind of like your Han Solo-ish kind of guy, and your Chewbacca kind of guy, and of course your token girl in there. So I vaguely remember reading a few of these back in the day, and I think I had this issue actually. What issue? Oh, Fabulous first issue. I was like, what? There's no number here because they put it down here. Now, Mark talks about this being a great comic. So, number 1, it's a good starting point. From what I can tell, though, these characters disappeared somewhere toward the middle or something. But I had this action figure, and I had this action figure. I just thought they looked really cool. Yeah, so we got Earth 2, number 1. Now, I don't know if this starts the Earth 2, because it also had Earth 2 Society, which I'm guessing focuses on Justice Society. Earth 2, maybe, I don't know. There was like 3 different Earth 2 titles. I don't know if this is the very first of all of them or what. It's July 2012, so that's pretty late in the game because everything was... The New 52 started September 2011, right? I couldn't tell you. It's got James Robinson, Nicola Scott, and Trevor Scott. So I don't recognize any of those names. Again, James Robinson here for the number 2 issue. Number 3, so I guess I get a good start and get the first 3 issue. And now, the Green Lantern. I'm probably gonna hate this one. All right, so we got Green Lantern from September 2012. All right, so that's the first 3 issues of that series. Eradicator is a 3-part series. I got number 2 of. Now, I had this at one time. I never read it. I usually read stuff and got rid of it back in the day because I just feel like I didn't have room for it. But I never did get around to reading this before I got rid of it, and now I'm like going, everybody's like, oh, it's such a good series. Like, really? It didn't seem like it would be, but okay, I'll just collect it, I guess. All right, we got Excalibur, number 116. I have never read any of the late Excalibur stuff, but I'm eventually getting that series bulked out. I only got a few missing issues of it. This is volume 1, by the way. Firebrand. It was during the 0 hour when they rebooted or made a bunch of new characters out of old names. Like Firebrand was in the, I think, Justice Society of America, and this is a way I think they were just trying to keep the name alive or keep it from being taken or something, trademarks, however that works. So I think Firebrand, they just used it just to make another character, because Firebrand was a woman. She was a woman or a robot or something from, she was in All-Star Squadron, and based on World War II era. So this is like, after that disappeared, they wanted to keep the trademark, I guess. So I think they have to print at least once a year with the name somewhere in there in order to keep the trademark. Like they probably made up like a Superman villain named Firebrand for like one issue. Like that's why sometimes you'll see characters that are like, why is that name on there? That's usually the reason. It's what I've heard, at least. Speaking of fire, I got some more Firestorm. I'm probably going to end up with that entire series pretty soon. They had some older ones too, which is great because I like to start nearest to the beginning as I can. I definitely read some Firestorm back in the day. I can't tell you why he changed into a furry creature, but I read some of those. It was more like the Captain Planet kind of concept, where he became not just a superhero, but he became part of the elemental spirit, blah blah blah, and he's out to save the earth from, you know, it was very 90s, very Captain Planet. All right, we got Firestorm. Actually, he looks like maybe he merged with this guy, because isn't that the rat guy? This is number 10. I think the rat guy was on like number 6 or something. We got number 27, the Birds of Prey. So I wonder if they had to publish that name in order to keep that title. I don't know. I know Birds of Prey became like a pretty dominant comic book. Yeah, I'm starting to get shadows coming from this pile now. Let me move this pile even ever more. All right. And we got, his name is Slipknot. Oh, he's a heavy metal band. All right, cool. See if you can guess why. He looks nothing like, well, he's wearing a mask like Slipknot wears. They wear ski masks. Okay, I can see why. All right, we got the Phantom Stranger versus the Firestorm. Yeah, that's not going to go well for Firestorm. If he really wants to fight the Phantom Stranger is almost like a god in the DC universe. So if this was a true battle, Firestorm ain't got a chance. All right, we got number 37. I definitely had that one back in the day because it was like, what's wrong with this picture? And I kept looking and going, Other than the fact he's small, I don't know, because he's got large popcorn, large cola. Either he's, well, that looks like a building with a drawer in the side of it, so it's kind of a, it's not that he's small, maybe he's got everything else has gotten big. Anyway, I definitely had this one back whenever it came out. 1985, wow. I definitely remember having this one. I thought I still did have this one. It's from 1935, wow. No, it's 1985. I remember this, I probably just remember reading it. Anyway, so all new Firehawk meets Wonder Girl. Firehawk. It sounds like that name. That's not the one of the two Kryptonian superheroes, is it? Is it Firehawk and... I don't know. It makes me wonder if Firehawk's just, again, a placeholder to keep the trademark on the name. Sounds familiar, like I've heard it somewhere else. And then, of course, we have Typhoon Alert, Firestorm Beware. So he's fire and he's water. Which one do you think is going to win? Well, usually water beats fire. And then we have the follow-up issue. That was number 43. This is number 44. It's all over for you now, Typhoon, so blow. Ooh, that's some filthy language that potty mouth has. All right, Firestorm fights back against incredible odds. All right, then we got Firestorm number 56. While Pittsburgh burns, Ronnie and the Prof vow to destroy Firestorm. We got Hulk, not Firehawk. We got Hulk. I don't see a dove. I don't know if there was a dove of that period or not. And this is when he became the Elemental Man, whatever. It's John Ostrander. Was that the original author? Whatever. So we got Firestorm when he became like the Captain Planet concept. I think that's one of the reasons I actually was reading this period, because I was like, oh yes, we got to save the earth. I used to be an environmentalist, and I still am, but I'm not an environmentalist like a lot of those people are nowadays. I believe still we need to recycle, we need to reuse if we can. We need to reuse, like, you know, plastic bags or bags again, because that's what I do. First you want to reuse before you recycle, because recycling, it takes energy. Reusing is better, because then you don't have to like use as much resources. Anyway, I'm giving you a lecture. Y'all out here for a lecture. And then the last one in this pile, we have Firestorm, the Nuclear Man Annual, number cuatro. All right, so I got an annual. $1.70, $1.25 originally, and I got it for about, what, 88 cents. Not bad, eh? Well, you'll have a great day. I hope you check out the next one I do. I hope I get it summarized in the next one. But I usually get about 4 videos out of these because I don't like to go too long, because I know y'all make these long videos, but I don't have the attention span you guys have. Have a great day.